Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I just wanted to give a little quick video, quick book review of my latest book that I just published. It's been about a week and a half ago now. I'm Not Stuck. This is a interactive reflection journal um, that I have created. So I created this because I live by the statement, I'm not stuck. I got a tattoo says you are not stuck. Pretty much just I believe that in every situation that you are facing, or whatever the circumstances of your current life is, or whatever, that you are not stuck in that place, that you have a sense of control over certain aspects of your life, or that you can do something about it, or something can be done about it. And so I created this journal. I started working on it kind of like last year, and the idea is that as you are working in this journal, is that you are reflecting on your past experiences, your present experiences, and also what you want your future to look like. So if you like journaling, or you like doodling and writing out your thoughts, this is a great way to do that. And so you'll see the back has a quote that just says, being stuck is only an illusion. Every step forward starts in the mind. And so through this book, some of the things that you're going to run across, so there is going to be a section where you put your name, and then it'll talk about kind of what the contents of this book entails. And it is intended to be about 60 days that you can work on this, or longer. It's up to you. It's just kind of, I designed it so that it could take someone about 60 days to complete. And so if you feel trapped by your past, or you feeling overwhelmed by your present circumstances, or just fearful of the future, this is what this interactive journal is for. And so in each section, at the beginning, there is a breakdown and kind of what to expect in this journal. And each section is broken down into, you'll first start with focusing on your past, and then you'll focus on your present, your now, and then you'll work to planning out your future. And so there's a lot of little bitty spaces in here for you to kind of just jot notes about what you're thinking and all of that good stuff. And so the first section is called Take Me Back, and it just talks about amazing how you don't truly see yourself until you're not who you were. And so basically just saying, sometimes you can kind of learn about who you are once you've actually went back and kind of dissected who you were before. And so that first section, you'll have, a quote, a little statement there, and then you'll have a bunch of lines and pages every day to reflect on different questions that deals with your past. So kind of maybe reflecting on roles that people played in your life, relationships, family, relationships, different things you were going through. You'll reflect with those different reflection questions. And so all kinds of little interactive activities. And then at the end of each section, there is also like a space to kind of just jot random thoughts about some of the things that you that kind of came up during that journey of going through your past, reflection. And at the end, like I said, there'll be little activities. So like in one section, I think at the end of each section, you'll see a spot where you'll process your thoughts. Each section has this at the end. You'll see a quote, and you'll have some exercises that'll go with that section. And then also like in the first section, you have like a activity and love and memory section where you're kind of creating an obituary for something that you need to let go of, or things that need to stay in the past for you moving forward. And then you also see a lot of these little mind sketch pages where you just jot and doodle. The second section is living in the now. And it has a little quote where peace begins the moment you start waiting for someday and choose to be fully present in today. So just little quotes that I came up with. Once again, another section full of just interactive stuff. And then the last, and in that section you have like a self-care checklist. You have like a space where you're celebrating small things. You'll have an affirmation page where you kind of create affirmations for yourself. And then once again, that process your thoughts and all of that. And then the last section is about stepping into what's next. And then you'll see the quote, the future is not something we enter, it's something we create. And every small step taken in faith shapes the life we dare to dream. So little quotes there that I came up with. Once again, more pages to write and interact, create the vision board pages, bucket list pages, all of that good stuff. So this is on Amazon and also on Barnes and Noble. So if you are a person that likes to journal, or maybe you don't like to journal but you want to do something different, I do know like processing my thoughts through writing is something that I do. If this is very girly, as you can see, very colorful, so mainly for my ladies that likes to journal. But if there is a guy that is interested in buying something like this for themselves and not just maybe for their wife or their daughters, if you want one for yourself, I can kind of recreate this in a male's version with kind of where it's not so girly and colorful but more masculine. And so yeah, this is on Amazon. It is also on Barnes and Nobles. Support. My other books also that I've created before, if you are not privy to that already, my poetry book is on Amazon. That is Love Stories and Words of Poetry, by me, Jasmine Hendricks. And then also my novella is on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, which is All of Us, part 1 of the Love Journey series, and I am also working on part 2 of that, so that is coming soon. So I did want to share that with you. And last thing I want to share is if there's anyone that is interested in like learning how to self-publish, once again, I've self-published my poetry book, my novella, and now this journal. I am not an expert, but I do have a little bit of information, a little bit of experience to share. I will be in the month of June teaching, starting in the month of June, teaching a self-publishing class at King's Corner in Murfreesboro. And that grand opening is also coming up next week for King's Corner. But if there's anyone that's interested, please reach out, let me know. And I can walk anybody through the process. It is really not that difficult. I will not go spending a whole lot of money on a publisher because you can do this yourself. Very simple process if you want to put the time and effort into it. But yeah, so Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, you can look my name up, Jasmine Hendricks. You can see my author's page on either one of those to kind of find any of my books, access to any of my books. Thank you for your support. Love all y'all. Have a great, happy Sunday. Bye.